Good morning, all of you. I'm audible for you.
Yes, sir.
Good
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
सर
Okay,
थोडा
first of
आवाज
all, I
कमी
would like
बोला. आवाज कमी येतोय.
please check my voice.
Yes, sir.
Is it is
Okay, sir.
proper for you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I would like to share my PPT. Afterward, I would like to present this session. And first of all, I would like to warm welcome all of you in this session. I think this PPT may visible for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we are going to conduct one session that is on organization behavior. Myself, Dr. Devuli PN, Assistant Professor, Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. First of all, we want to highlight on your overall subject outline of this contact session. First of all, we should know why we are for study this subject, that is organization behavior, that is learning objective of this subject. Then we should know question paper pattern of this subject. Afterward, we want to discuss on unit number 1, that is concept of organization behavior. Then unit number 2, there is micro environment is there, micro business organization behavior is there. Afterward, 2 subject is there. Just we want to that is micro perspective of organization behavior. Then in your syllabus, micro and macro dynamics of organization behavior. And unit number 4 is there, macro perspective of organization behavior. All these 4 unit we want to learn for your subject, that is organization behavior. Before going to discussion of this 4 unit, we should know what are the learning objective of organization behavior. When we learn or we may prepare this subject, we may able to understand the approaches and model of organization behavior. Then second objective is there, concept and determinants of personality. Then understand the concept of perception and process of perception. Then concept, we want to understand the concept of attitude, types, and source of value. Afterward, we should know related different theories of motivation and leadership with current situation. Then we want to understand some strategy for managing conflict in organization. and afterward we want to understand the concept that is organization culture, organization change and development. Okay, this is basic aim to learn the subject organization behavior. And when we take admission for the MBA program, when we learn this subject, we want to develop our competencies, we want to develop our skill to understand the people. Because when we think about organization, that time we want to understand each and every people, we want to take care of emotion of the people. That is organization behavior. As an executive, we want to develop such types of skill. And when we learn this subject, definitely we may develop such types of skill and we may know what types of skill required for the manager. Then we should know, as an exam purpose, we should know what is exam question paper pattern for your exam. There is a nature of question paper and scheme of making for all paper. Note question number 1 and 5 are compulsory. Then attempt any 2 questions from the question number 2 to 4. Means we want to attempt any 2 question number 2 to 4. From this question, we want to attempt any 2 questions. Then figures to write indicate marks, means each question for 20 marks. Then this is your scorecard. In this way, maybe prepare scorecard by the university. Then we want to highlight the syllabus in your subject. In unit number 1, we want to understand concept of organization behavior. First is concept of organization. Afterward, we want to understand discipline contribution to the organization behavior. Then approaches to the study of organization behavior. Then models of organization behavior. Then in your SIM, there is check your progress. We want to refer check your progress. And afterward, if you have any doubt, we want to discuss on that. Same thing in unit number 2, that is micro perspective of organization behavior. Outline of this unit, that is individual behavior. Then in individual behavior, we want to understand which are the personal factors or affect on individual behavior. First one, personal factor, where we want to learn biographical characteristic and learner characteristic. Then personality is there. We want to understand key concept, that is personality. What is meant by concept of personality? It's determinant of personality and development of the personality. Then perception. We should know, as a executive manager or entrepreneurs, we should know what is basic concept of perception. Because when we handle the people or when we manage the people, that time we should know what are the perception of the people. That is meaning, where we want to understand meaning, nature and process of the perception. Then we want to understand key concept, that is attitude. We should know what types of attitude is there. Then concept of attitude, component of attitude and measurement of attitude. Then next one key concept is their value, where we want to understand key concept of value, types of values and source of values. Then next factor which is significantly affect on organization behavior, that is environmental factors. Then organizational factors is there which are significantly affect on individual behavior. Same thing, we want to refer the check your progress, and finally we want to discuss whatever you have any doubt, query in second unit. Unit number 4 is their micro and macro dynamics of organization behavior, where we want to learn some very important concept, that is motivation. As a manager, as an executive, as an entrepreneur, we want to motivate to our subordinate or people, because final aim is there. We want to achieve the organizational goal. That's why we want to understand concept of motivation, where we want to learn basic concept of motivation. There is different theories. Several eminent personalities and scholars are contributed in concept of motivation. That is, Maslow is there, Hartford is there, Hesberg is there, McLelland is there, Wurm theory is there, then theory, that is theory Z, then money and motivation, non-financial incentive and motivation. All these things we want to learn in concept of motivation. Next concept is their conflicts. Because when we think about organization, there is different types of people is there, different perception is there, different view is there. And its cause maybe, there may be raise the conflict. That's why we want to understand basic concept of conflict, types of conflicts, and how to we can resolve such conflicts. Then concept is their trace. When we think career development, organizational development, and when we have specific target, that time definitely we may face trace and we suffer from the trace. And trace is one of the integral part of our life. That's why we want to understand concept of trace, causes of trace, strategy to reduce the trace. Then next key concept is their leadership. Because we were when we take admission for the M.B.A program, we want to develop our leadership skill. And for this purpose, we should acquire the knowledge. And this subject definitely useful for us for the developing our personality, developing our leadership. And for this purpose, we should know different styles of leadership, functions of leadership, and theories of leadership. Next key concept is their power and authority. As an executive, as a entrepreneurs, as a businessman, we get some powers and authority, and we should know what is meant by power and authority that's used for the achieving the organizational goal. That is, for this purpose, we want to understand basic concept of power and authorities, types of authorities, and difference between authorities and power. Okay, and same thing, we want to rapidly check your progress, and finally, we want to discuss on your doubt. Then unit number 4 is their macro perspective of organization behavior. In macro perspective of organization means what? External factor may be affected on organizational development organization. And that's why we want to make some changes. That's reason maybe change the culture of organization. And when we and for this purpose, as an executive, as a manager, as a entrepreneurs, we want to understand organizational culture, where we want to understand basic concept of organization culture and emerging issue in present organizational culture. Then organization change in concept is there. As an executive, we want to some changes. As entrepreneurs, we want to changes. Because when we change ourselves or in our organization, because it is required as per time, as per trend. And when we want to change the organization, that time there is some resistance. And for this purpose, we want to understand organization change means what? Factor in organization change. There is some resistance when we want to change, do some changes in organization. That time we want to face some resistance, hurdles. There may be different approaches of our subordinates, our employee, our stakeholders, and we want to resolve that resistance. We want to overcome from that resistance. Then next key concept is their organization development. We want to develop our organization. We want to develop our business. There have some techniques, and as an executive, as a manager, we should know that techniques which is useful for the organization development. Same thing, we want to refer the check your progress, then discussion on student down. Okay, this is your syllabus, and these are 4 topics we want to prepare for exam purpose. I think you may get all these things, what you want to prepare for your exam purpose. Could you get me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then before going to discussion of unit number 1, concept of organization, uh, we should know why we are going to learn organization subject organization behavior. आप में से कोई भी you may express yourself, you may contribute in this session why we are going to learn organization behavior. What is use of learn organization behavior? Anyone can tell what is use of learn organization behavior and what you understand, what you think about organization behavior? All of you as a you may working as an executive, you may entrepreneurs, you have in actual practice, so there is no need to you explain each and every concept. You also contribute in this session because you are expert in your area. What is your view? What is your understanding? What is basic aim and why we are going to learn organization concept of organization behavior? There is 2 concepts, organization and behavior. When we think about organization, organization may be consist with the people, because without people we cannot think organization. And when we think people, they may be come together and they may be take efforts for the achieving specific goal, organizational goal and objective. Okay, that is, we can say organization. And for the in organization, we may use different factor. Production factor is there, man is there, machine is there, material is there, money is there, n factor is there. And when we use effectively that factor, that time we may achieve the organizational goal and objective. And behavior, when we think about behavior, that time different people is there and they belong from the different strata. They have different opinion, they have different views, different perception, different ideology. But means what? There is individual goal and organization goal may be different. But when we think about organization, we want to come together and take efforts for the achieve the common goal of organization. And basic thing is there, when we take admission for M.B.A, that time we want to understand the people. We want to manage the people. And for this purpose, we should learn concept of organization of behavior. Different activities there, different department is there, and different department have different views, different standard, and as per standard, as per norms, as per regulation, they are working. And as an executive, we want to coordinate to them. We want to communicate to them. And when we have good communication skill, when we have good organization skill, when we have good coordination skill, definitely we may manage any business operation very smoothly. Okay. Then outline of this unit, concept of organization behavior. First one, we should know what is basic aim of why we are going to learn this unit, that is concept of organization behavior. Different eminent authorities and scholars are contributed in this concept in field of management, in behavioral science. They have different approaches to the study organization behavior. As a M.B.A student, we should know some conceptual model of organization behavior. Basic learning objective of this unit to understand meaning and nature of organization behavior. Then understand the scope of organization behavior. Then we should know historical development of organization behavior. Means what? Historical development means what? From the 19th century, there may be the industrial revolution take place. Afterward, what are the changes is there? We may know. Maybe there may be increased use of machine and increased production. And there is raised one question: how we can sell the our good product. Then afterward, year by year and time to time, there may be changes in views of manager, owner regarding human resource management, related to human resource management. Then understand various factors which affect on human relation. Then we want to study on impact of, or we should know what are the impact of technology on organization behavior. These are basic objective of organization behavior. In concept of organization behavior, we want to understand key concept of organization behavior. What is basic aim or basic purpose to understand concept of organization behavior? As an executive, as an entrepreneurs, as a businessman, when we learn concept of such types of key concept, because we want to develop our conceptual skill. When we develop our conceptual skill, definitely it helps to policy formulation. We may formulate the policy, we may formulate the strategy. आपल्या जर कन्सेप्ट चांगले असतील किंवा आपण चांगल्या पद्धतीने कन्सेप्ट एखादी समजून घेतली तर डेफिनेटली आपलं जे काही एम असेल म्हणजे आपण काय आपल्याला जे काही करायचं आहे ते क्लिअर होतं. आपल्याला जे काय आपलं जे काही एम असेल त्या संबंधीच्या संकल्पना आपण समजून घेणे, ती गोष्ट समजून घेणे, याच्यासाठी आपल्याला जो काही थेरॉटिकल पार्ट जो आहे कोणत्याही गोष्टीचा, आपण थिअरी काय म्हणतो एक्झाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू, हे थेरॉटिकल आहे. याची काय जास्त आपण ऐकण्याची किंवा याची प्रिपरेशनची आवश्यकता नसते. बट इथेच आपली चूक होती. ॲज अ एक्झिक्युटिव्ह मी तर म्हणतो, माझं असं मत आहे, ॲज अ M.B.A स्टुडंट वी वॉन्ट टू learn or we want to understand each and every concept very in deep manner or very clearly. आपल्या कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर असणं आवश्यक आहे. त्याच वेळी आपण आपला कॉन्फिडन्स, when we have command on our concept and specific subject, definitely it helps to build up our confidence. If we don't understand specific concept or we don't know specific concept, that time it is difficult to how we can express ourselves, how we can communicate to the people. That's why conceptual understanding is essential for subject understanding. In concept of organization behavior, there is generally say that an organization is collection of the people who work together to achieve the individual and organizational goal. Okay, means what? People may come together, they may be specify the objective or goal, and they take efforts for the achieving the organizational goal. That is organization. Then when we think about organization behavior, that time we want to understand the people. That is, individual people is there and group people is there. We want to understand individual person as well as we want to understand the group activity. That is systematic study and application of knowledge about how individual and groups act within the organization where they work. Okay, that is organization behavior. Means what types of organization goal is there, mission is there, mission, goal, objective is there. On that basis, we can say organization culture, organization nature, organization behavior. You may think about Tata Group, you may think about Reliance Group, you may think about any specific group, business group. You may definitely, we may understand, or in our mind, we may specify what types of organization is there, what types of ideology is there, what types of motto is there, business motto is there. All these things we can easily understand. For the conceptual understanding, n number of authors, scholars, and eminent personality are contributed in our concept of organization behavior. Herewith, I have considered one definition for the understanding concept of organization behavior. That is, a study and application of knowledge about human behavior is individual and in group, in organ, strive to identify way in which people can act more effectively. Means, same thing is there. When we recruit or select the people or human resource, that people may be knowledgeable, that people may be resourceful, that resource have some skill, and we want to identify the people for the assign the task, job specification, and we want to assign the job which helps to achieve the organizational goal and objective. म्हणजे आपण मराठीमध्ये असं म्हणतो बघा, आपण काही लोक हे आयडेंटिफाय करावे लागतात किंवा लोक माणसं ओळखावी लागतात. कामाची, बिनकामाची अशी जी काही लोक आहेत आणि उपयोगाची अशी लोक किंवा अशी माणसं आपण आयडेंटिफाय करावी लागतात. त्यानंतर जे अशी लोक आपण आयडेंटिफाय किंवा लोक माणसं ओळखण्याचं ज्यांच्याकडे स्किल असतं ते अतिशय चांगल्या पद्धतीने कामं करून घेऊ शकतात किंवा आपण चांगल्या पद्धतीने कोणत्याही ऑर्गनायझेशनचे टास्क असतील किंवा काही आपण मराठीमध्ये श्रम विभागणी म्हणतो किंवा इंग्लिशमध्ये जॉब किंवा वर्क डिव्हिजन असेल किंवा जे जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन किंवा वर्क डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आहे ते इफेक्टिव्हली आपण करू शकतो. Then understand the prediction and management of human behavior in organization. When we think about organization behavior, that time we want to understand individual behavior, simultaneously group behavior is there. When we think about individual behavior, there may be personal subordinate is there, personal specific employee is there, some vendor is there, specific creditor is there, and we want to understand behavior of particular person, particular party, particular person. That is individual behavior. And when we think about group, that time different department is there. Production department is there. Research and development department is there. Marketing department is there. That is, we can say group. And that time, we want to understand different department, different group, that is group activity, group of people. Because as a leader, we want to manage the team. And when we have knowledge or when we have skill to manage the people, individual person, afterward we want to manage the specific group. We want to build up the team. It helps to achieve the organizational goal. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we should know importance of organization behavior. What are the importance of organization behavior? Here I have point out some importance of organization behavior. First one, organization behavior, a roadmap to our lives in the organization. Means what? Organization, when we understand the behavior of organization, when we understand the group of the people, when we understand nature of the organization, when we understand culture of the organization, definitely it helps to specify or formulate objective of organization. It may be clear what is our goal, what we want to do in future. All these things clear when we understand the organization behavior. Next thing is their organization behavior use scientific research to understand and make organization life, as it helps to predict what people will do under various conditions. Because we have life cycle. Means we have childhood activity, young when we become a young, then middle age, when we reach in middle age group, afterward we may senior citizen. Same thing in organization. There is some development, introductory stages is there, then development stage is there, maturity stage is there, then decline stage is there. But when we take some precaution, when we take care for the manage the business, there is no there is no decline, or there is no end stage, because we manage the effectively business. And when it can be possible, we want to understand the scientifically organization behavior. We want to understand the people. We want to effectively manage the people. That time we can sustain in market. That time we may manage effectively organization operation. It helps to influence on organizational event to understand the predict event. Means n number of event, means we can say activity is there, and we want to manage the event, because event we can say business. It is one of the business event. Without event, there is no business. And we want to predict the event, what types of opportunity in front of us, what are the perspective in front of us. And when we identify such types of prospective future prospect, definitely it helps to, and when it can be possible, when we understand the organization behavior. म्हणजे आपण मराठीमध्ये असं म्हणतोय बघा, एखाद्याचं ज्यावेळी ऑब्झर्वेशन करतो एखाद्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचं, एखाद्या व्यक्तीचं, आता म्हणतो याचं काही खरं नाही आता भविष्यात. का म्हणतो, तर आपण त्या व्यक्तीला किंवा त्या संस्थेचा जे काही ऑब्झर्वेशन आहे किंवा आपण अभ्यास केलेलो असतो की यांचं जे या लोकांचं जे वागणं असेल किंवा त्या लोकांचं बिहेवियर असेल किंवा त्या पर्टिक्युलर एखाद्या व्यक्तीचं जे बिहेवियर किंवा वागणं असेल, ते त्याचे म्हणतो ना लक्षणं काय दिसतात. ती लक्षणं ठीक नसली तर आपण म्हणतो की यांचं काही खरं नाही. सेम थिंग in or when we understand organization behavior, definitely same, we may observe what are the prospect in front of us. It helps to individual understanding herself, himself in better fashion. Means those employees are satisfied, they may be contribute well. They give good performance. We can say they may be do anything passionately. Then next is there, it helps to manager to manage human resource effectively. For example, motivation. Means motivation is there. When we want to manage the people, when we want to build a team, that time, and when we want to achieve particular task, goal, objective, that time we want to give motivation to our subordinate. म्हणजे आपल्या कामगारांना किंवा आपले जे एम्प्लॉई असतील किंवा आपले जे सहकारी आहेत त्यांना आपण मोटिवेशन देणं, त्यांच्याशी चांगल्या पद्धतीने रिलेशन बिल्डअप करणं, दॅट इज सक्सेस मंत्रा ऑफ एक्झिक्युटिव्ह ऑर मॅनेजर. आपण जर लोक चांगल्या पद्धतीने मोटिवेट किंवा त्यांना जर प्रेरणा दिली नाही तर आपण मोटिवेट होऊ शकत नाही किंवा आपल्याला प्रेरणा मिळत नाही. त्यामुळे आपण एकमेकांना प्रेरणा देणे आणि प्रेरणा घेणे या दोन्ही गोष्टी सायमल्टेनियसली आपल्याला कराव्या लागतात. Simultaneously, we want to give the motivation to our subordinate, our colleague, because it's motivate to us. आपण दुसऱ्यांना जर चांगलं काही सांगतच नसू किंवा चांगलं आपण एखाद्याला प्रेरणा देणारच नसू तर आपण पण निगेटिव्ह होत जातो. आपण बघा चांगल्या एखाद्याला मोटिवेट केलं किंवा चांगल्या पद्धतीने संवाद साधला तर त्याचे पॉझिटिव्ह इम्पॅक्ट किंवा पॉझिटिव्ह परिणाम हा आपल्याही पर्सनॅलिटीवर होत असतो. Then it helps to organization for maintaining cordial industrial relation. Means we want to manage the industrial relation. When we become a successful executive, successful entrepreneurs, we want to manage the relation with people as well as industry. Different corporate people, people is there, and we want to develop our networking. We want to manage the relation, and when we build up strong market relation, definitely it helps to maintaining organization. We may maintain our business, we may develop our business because we have strong business relation. It is also useful in field of marketing. When we effectively manage the people, definitely there is no need to different efforts of marketing, because we may create trust or we may build trust in market. Or in Hindi generally say that कोई भी बिझनेस है ना भरोसे पे चलता. आणि जर आपण चांगल्या लोकांचा विश्वास संपादन केला, when we manage the relation, definitely we may effectively implement marketing. These are basic important of organization behavior. I think you may get. Then different discipline or contribution in organization behavior. When we think of contribution, there is a evolutionary stage is there. That is scientific management approach is there. After industrial revolution, there is scientific management approach take place. In 19th century, there is bureaucratic approach is there. And afterward, Hawthorne studies conducted by the Elton Mayo. And right now, we may think about human resource management, humanistic management of humanistic relation. These are approaches, different approaches in organization behavior. आता scientific approach मध्ये आपण when we think about scientific approach, means what? After industrial revolution, use heavily machine for the production of products and increase production. That time we can generally say there is a Taylor differential piece rate system is there. म्हणजे आज एका व्यक्तीने किती वस्तूचं उत्पादन केलेलं आहे किंवा आपण समजा दिलेलं आहे आज दिवसभरात 8 तासामध्ये 100 नग तयार करायला पाहिजे, त्याला आपण पीस रेट सिस्टम म्हणतो. 8 तासामध्ये 100 नग तयार करायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे आपण मेकॅनिकल अप्रोच इज देअर, म्हणजे मशीन अप्रोच इज देअर. म्हणजे आपण माणसाकडे माणूस म्हणून बघत नव्हतो, मशीन म्हणून बघत होतो की त्यांनी एवढी प्रोडक्टिव्हिटी द्यायला पाहिजे. दॅट इज scientific management approach. शेवटी आपण when we think about any business organization, there is final aim, basic aim is there. We want to earn maximum profit. Simultaneously, right now we want to think about wealth maximization. This approach developed by the Frederick Wilson Taylor, that is F.W. Taylor, in the beginning of the 20th century. This approach assumes that employees are motivated largely by money and the importance giving monetary incentive to the efficient worker. म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय आपण जे टार्गेट अलोकेट करतो, when we allocate the or assign the target to our employee, that time who want to achieve the target and give more productivity, we want to give more incentive to particular person or that person. This approach emerged by in scientific approach. Then second approach is there, bureaucratic approach is there. Means there is participation of employee in decision making. Max Weber proposed bureaucratic from the structure which would be work all for all organizations. This approach emphasized on the organization structure, division of the labor, and law and order. Means whatever is structure is there, we want to follow that structure. We want to participate all people in our organization. This approach, we can say bureaucratic approach. Then Hawthorne study, that is, we can say human relation approach is there. Herewith I have mentioned specific experiment is there, Hawthorne studies. This study conducted by the Elton Muir, one of the eminent scholar or thinker in management. In this approach, what he was experiment, he may provide good organization environment to employees. ही जी काय हॉर्थॉन जी कंपनी होती ती टीव्ही रिलेटेड किंवा जे काय केबल जे काय असेंब्लीज आहेत त्या रिलेटेड काम करणारी ही एक ऑर्गनायझेशन होती आणि ते ही जी काय ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये आहे त्यामध्ये वर्स्ट किंवा अतिशय चुकीच्या पद्धतीने म्हणजे वर्क एन्व्हायरमेंटचा किंवा आपण ऑर्गनायझेशन एन्व्हायरमेंटचा एम्प्लॉईच्या परफॉर्मन्सवर काय इफेक्ट होतो किंवा परिणाम होतो याचा एल्टन म्यू यांनी या एक्सपेरिमेंटच्या माध्यमातून अभ्यास केला. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, सपोज वी हॅव एम्प्लॉई अँड वी प्रोव्हाइड सम टास्क टू देम. सायमल्टेनियसली वी वॉन्ट टू प्रोव्हाइड बेसिक और रिक्वायर इसेन्शियल फॅसिलिटी टू देम. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल काही जर आपण टास्क असेल तर प्रत्येकाला वेगवेगळ्या कंपार्टमेंटने त्यांना जे काय लाईट, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी असेल, वॉटर, म्हणजे ज्या बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट आहेत, फॅसिलिटी आहेत त्या प्रोव्हाइड करणं. जस्ट वी वॉन्ट टू प्रोव्हाइड बेसिक और इसेन्शियल फॅसिलिटी टू दी एम्प्लॉई अँड वी वॉन्ट टू मेजर दी परफॉर्मन्स. म्हणजे प्रतिकूल परिस्थितीमध्ये एखादा एम्प्लॉई किती आउटपुट देतो किंवा परफॉर्मन्स त्याचा काय असतो. अँड वेन वी प्रोव्हाइड गुड ऑर्गनायझेशन एन्व्हायरमेंट, when we provide good facility to them, and that time what is performance of particular employee. आणि हे जे काही एक्सपेरिमेंट आहे या एक्सपेरिमेंट मधून असं त्याला फायनली एल्टन मी फाउंड दॅट when we provide good or basic facility or proper work environment to environment, definitely that time improve performance or productivity of organization. That is Hawthorne's. Is it clear? सर्व जॉइन आहेत ना? Hello?
Sir.
Okay. And when we think of contribution of organization behavior, we may think what is the culture of Google and what is culture of Amazon. What is organization structure is there, what is organization culture is there. Then organization discipline is there, organization. And when we think about discipline of or contribution to the organization behavior, when that time we want to understand psychology. Social psychology is there, sociology is there, and anthropology is there. In psychology, we want to understand learning ability is there, motivation is required, personality is there, emotion we want to manage, emotion we want to take care of emotion of people, different perception is there, we want to provide training to our employee, leadership effectiveness is there, we want to think about leadership effectiveness, job satisfaction is there, individual decision making is there, performance appraisal is there, attitude measurement is there, employees selection is there, work design is there, and work trace is there. Means what? When we think about all these things, that time we want to understand psychology of this behind that. When we think about individual or employee, that time we want to think about all these things. Then social psychology is there, behavioral change is there, attitude may be changed, because when we think about organization, there is different department, different team is there, and where people belong from different strata, different strata of societies, and different social environment. That time we want to understand behavioral change, attitude, communication is there, group is there, and group decision making is there. Means first thing is there, individual behavior. We want to understand individual behavior. In second thing, we want to understand group behavior. Then socially, means we can say one organization, we can say society, where need proper communication, where we may assign power to specific person or all person. There is nature may be different. There may be, we may face some conflict. Intergroup behavior is there. Then formal organization theory, organization technology, organizational change, organization culture. All these things we want to consider in group behavior. In anthropology, we can say anthropology means in Marathi we can say मानव वंशशास्त्र. म्हणजे माणसाचं जे काही स्वभावामध्ये, माणसाच्या वागण्यामध्ये जे सातत्यपूर्ण किंवा काळानुसार जे बदल होत गेलेत किंवा वेळानुसार जे बदल होत जातात, त्याचा अभ्यास anthropology मध्ये केला जातो. Whatever changes in human behavior, human personality, human attitude, human living, all these things we may learn in field of anthropology. That is organization system, and all these things means what finally, as a executive, as a manager, as an entrepreneurs, we want to understand individual behavior, group behavior, which helps to we may develop the organization culture, and it means organization behavior. Then we want to highlight approaches to the study of organization behavior, because there have different approaches. First one, human resource approach is there, contingency approach is there, productivity approach is there, system approach is there, and finally interdisciplinary approach is there. In human resource approach, this approach concerned with the growth and development of people to a higher level of competencies, creativity, and fulfillment, because people are the central resource in any organization. This approach helps to employee become better in terms of work and responsibility, and this subsequently tries to create climate in which they can contribute to the best of their improved abilities. Means what? Human resource approach means what? We want to think about our employee, our resource. Because when we think about organization, that time, without people, we cannot be think organization. म्हणजे आपण एखाद्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा विचार केला तर फक्त तिथली भिंती किंवा मशिनरी म्हणजे ती ऑर्गनायझेशन होऊ शकत नाही. ती जी काही ऑर्गनायझेशन असेल किंवा एखादी संस्था असेल किंवा व्यवसाय असेल, त्या व्यवसायाला ऍक्टिव्ह किंवा आपण म्हणतो ना मृत आणि अमृत स्वरूप जे आहे ते देण्याचं काम हे त्या तेथील लोकांच्यामुळे, त्या इमारतीला, त्या व्यवसायाला जिवंतपणे येण्याचं काम त्या लोकांच्यामुळे होतं. Same thing, human resource approach, we want to think about people who are take efforts for the achieving organizational goal and objective. We want to provide proper facility to people. We want to understand the people problems, and we want to manage the emotion of the emotion. We want to build up strong human relation to the people. And all these things we may consider in human resource approach. Then contingency approach is there. Different situation means what? We cannot be predict this any situation. What will be happen in future? That is, different situation require different behavioral practice for the effectiveness instead of following the traditional approach for all situations. Each situation must be analyzed carefully to determine the significant variable that exist in order to establish more effective practice. म्हणजेच आपल्याला ॲज अ एक्झिक्युटिव्ह किंवा आपण एक व्यावसायिक म्हणून ॲज अ बिझनेसमॅन वी गेट सम एक्सपिरियन्स, वी हॅव सम knowledge. On that basis, we whatever situation, whatever situation maybe we may face, we want to analyze each and every situation very carefully, and we want to decide or predict how we can go ahead, how we म्हणजे भविष्यातील आता प्राप्त जी काही परिस्थिती आहे त्या परिस्थितीचं आपण बारकाई नाही, आपण अनालिसिस करावं लागतं आणि इन फ्युचरमध्ये आपण कशा पद्धतीने आपली स्ट्रॅटेजी असायला पाहिजे, जी काय येणाऱ्या जे काही मार्केट असेल, मार्केट सिच्युएशन असेल, ट्रेंड असेल किंवा काही सिच्युएशन इन फ्युचरमध्ये येऊ घातलेले आहेत. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता आपण कोरोनाची परिस्थिती आहे असं आपल्याला सर्व ऐकायला मिळतं. We may heard there may be some corona may be come again. मग अशा सिच्युएशन मध्ये आपण जी प्रिव्हियस एक्सपिरियन्स जो आहे आपल्या कोरोना पॅन्डेमिकचा, त्या कोरोना पॅन्डेमिकच्या एक्सपिरियन्सवर किंवा ज्या आपल्याला आलेले अनुभव असतील त्यावर येणारी आता सिच्युएशन, हाऊ वी कॅन मॅनेज, हाऊ वी कॅन टॅकल दॅट सिच्युएशन, दॅट इज कॉन्टिजन्सी अप्रोच. Productivity approach is there. In this approach, we may more concentrate on productivity, number of quantity of production. More output can be produced more from the same unit of output. However, beside economic input and output, human and social input and output are also important. Finally, what we produce, at the end of the final, what we get in quantity. That is productivity approach. System approach is there, because when we think about any organization, that time we may make the system. There is one dilemma: system make man or man means system. Man makes system. म्हणजे एखाद्या व्यवस्थेसाठी व्यक्ती किंवा संस्था असते किंवा व्यक्ती किंवा संस्थेनं ती व्यवस्था बनवलेली असते. सेम थिंग, when we give proper input to our system, definitely we get proper benefit, and whatever we decide, whatever target is there, objective is there, we get proper input. Means we want to give proper input to our system. We want to develop system. This approach emphasizes the interdependence of these elements, people and technology. Why we are use technology? Because we want to we want to adopt innovation, invention in our production process. That is system, part of system. Within the organization, if organization as whole is to function effectively, this approach is also emphasized on interaction between the organization and its broader environment, which consists of social, economical, cultural, political environment within which they operate. Hence, several external factors affect on the organization. Considering that we want to develop or set the system, two way of dependent of environment to provide input, dependent of environment in accept the output. Interdisciplinary approach is there. There means as a manager, we want to take knowledge, all field means I have knowledge of science, I have knowledge of commerce and management, I have knowledge of arts, As per new education policy, there may be more focus on interdisciplinary approach. आपण पूर्वी असं म्हणत होतो, ज्याची एखाद्या सब्जेक्टवर कमांड त्याला जगभर डिमांड. म्हणजे when we have expert in particular subject, that time we may get demand in all over world, but right now situation is changed. आता आपल्याला सगळं यावं लागतं. We may expert in all field. That time we may get access in anywhere. It may be organization, it may be market. That is interdisciplinary approach is there. Could you get me? समजते काय बोलतो वगैरे ते?
हो सर.
ओके. आवाज वगैरे माझा प्रॉपर आहे सर्वांसाठी?
हो आहे.
ओके.
हो सर.
Okay, next thing is there, we want to highlight on model of organization behavior. In model of organization behavior, we want to classify it as a autocratic, custodial model is there, supportive model is there, collegial model is there, and system model is there. Basic parameter is the basis of model. Managerial orientation is there. Employee psychological result is there. Employee need meet is there. And performance result is there. When we think about autocratic model, that time all power concentrate or center in one hand. Means we give all power and authority, assign power and authority to one person. He can handle and manage all organization. Means boss dependent on boss, means one person can manage all these things. And where dependency is high, and when we think about result and performance, there is low performance. Priya Desai, please mute your mic speaker. Priya Desai. Okay, then custodial model is there. Economic resource means what? We want to manage the people, and when we manage the resource, we want to provide good and we want to provide good return to them, that is money. And we want to think about overall organization in custodial management. Means what? We want to come together and grow together. That is custodial model. Security is there. Means we may protect to organization. We may take care, we may provide security to our stakeholders. Passive cooperation is there when we think of custodial model. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी आपण सर्वांचा विचार करतो किंवा त्यावेळी काही जो ऍक्टिव्ह परफॉर्मन्स असेल, म्हणजे कोऑपरेशन हे बऱ्यापैकी असतं, असं आपण ऍक्टिव्ह कोऑपरेशन असतं तसं म्हणू शकत नाही. In supportive model, leadership is base is leadership. We want to develop team. We want to develop leader. We want to support each and every stakeholder of organization. We want to support our employee. Participative approach is there. In decision making, we want to participate our all stakeholder. Status and recognition is there. Means what? Those who get good performance, we may recognize, we may provide award, reward is there. Awakened drivers is there. This is one of the good platform for the performance. Then collegial model, partnership is there, teamwork is there, self-discipline is there. Means what? We may whatever job specification, job description is there. Once we assign job, we may fully responsible particular employee for the complete particular task. सेल्फ ॲक्च्युलायझेशन इज देअर. वी वॉन्ट टू गिव्ह इम्पॉर्टन्स, म्हणजे आपल्याला असं वाटतं की आपण महत्त्वाचे आहे, आपल्याला सन्मान आहे, म्हणजे आपला आत्मसन्मान असं म्हणतो सेल्फ ॲक्च्युलायझेशन. आणि प्रत्येकाचं जे काय आहे म्हणजे प्रत्येकाचं स्टेटस मेंटेन करण्याचं, प्रत्येकाचं सन्मान देण्याचं काम या मॉडेलमध्ये फोकस केलेलं आहे. मॉडरेट इंथुझियाझम, म्हणजे ह्या मॉडेलमध्ये जे काही एम्प्लॉई आहे ही जर आपण स्टाईल यूज केली किंवा हे जे मॉडेल यूज केलं तर डेफिनेटली जे काय आपले एम्प्लॉई आहेत ते उत्साहाने ऑर्गनायझेशनचं गोल किंवा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहेत ते अचीव करण्यामध्ये ते उत्साही असतात. मॉडरेट म्हणजे आपण काय म्हणू ते बऱ्यापैकी ते कार्यरत असतात किंवा ते उत्साही असतात. सेम थिंग इन सिस्टम मॉडेल. पार्टनरशिप अप्रोच इज देअर. म्हणजे पार्टनरशिप म्हणजे वी वॉन्ट टू टेक पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ ऑल एम्प्लॉईज, ऑल सबऑर्डिनेट इन डिसिजन मेकिंग. टीम, वी वॉन्ट टू कॉन्सन्ट्रेट ऑन टीम. सेल्फ मोटिवेशन इज देअर, म्हणजे स्वयंप्रेरित असतात, जे काही काम करतील ते स्वयंप्रेरणा, म्हणजे तिकडे लक्ष द्यायची गरज नाही. वेन वी असाइन वन टाइम assign the job, they may complete particular task also. Highest order need and full enthusiasm, म्हणजे हे जे काय असतात ते एक्स आणि वाय थेरीपैकी एक्स थेरीचे लोक असतात की त्यांना पुन्हा पुन्हा काही सांगायची गरज नाही. एकदा आपण त्यांना काम सांगितलं की डेफिनेटली त्या व्यक्तीला किंवा त्या ग्रुप डेफिनेटली they may complete particular task in independent. This is base of model of organization behavior. Here we explain this model, that is autocratic model, custodial model. I think there is no need to explain again. You may understand what I want to explain or give explanation to you. Custodial model is there. Supportive model is there. Collegial model is there. System model is there. Finally, we conclude in this model or in this unit, we may learn basic concept of organization behavior, discipline, contribution to organization behavior, historical overview of organization behavior, approach to the study of organization behavior, and model of organization. Finally, we can say proactive behavior can lead to a more successful career. म्हणजे आपण जर ऍक्टिव्ह असो, आपण एखाद्या कामामध्ये पुढाकार घेत असो, डेफिनेटली इट्स हेल्प्स टू वी मे become a successful executive, successful manager, successful entrepreneur, successful businessman. There is one sentence: life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. Okay. Afterward, just I want to highlight or refer your SIM. What is in your SIM? Just I want to highlight your SIM. Is it visible to us all?
Yes.
Sarvana visible hoto? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sir.
Okay. In your SIM unit, I think you may got a hard copy of SIM unit. Okay, I think you have to prepare that, and those who could not get SIM, you have to take collect your SIM from Kolhapur. Unit number 1 is there: concept, discipline, contribution to organization, where we may specify the objective. There is concept of organization. आणि एक आपल्याला आता आपण M.B.A ला अभ्यास किंवा आपण M.B.A साठी ऍडमिशन घेतलेलं आहे, तर आपण बघा आपण चांगल्या संकल्पनेच्या विषयी विचार करतो आणि त्यावेळी वेन वी थिंक अबाउट कन्सेप्ट ऑफ सच टाइप्स ऑफ कन्सेप्ट, डेफिनेटली इट्स हेल्प्स टू डेव्हलप अवर कॉन्फिडन्स. म्हणजे बघा आपल्या डोक्यामध्ये जे काही निगेटिव्ह किंवा निगेटिव्ह पॉईंट असतील ती जागा कमी करून आपण आज बघा ऑर्गनायझेशन बिहेवियर बद्दल विचार करत होतो. म्हणजे बघा आपल्याला किती मोटिवेशन मिळतं की म्हणजे ज्यावेळी आपण चांगल्या संकल्पनाचा विचार करू, चांगल्या माणसांचा विचार करू, चांगल्या गोष्टींचा विचार करू, definitely it's give positive energy to us. It helps to develop our confidence. त्यामुळे आपण करायचं आहे म्हणून करणे अशातले काही लोक असतात आणि पॅशनेट म्हणजे आपण का MBA करायचं हे पॅशन म्हणून करणारे काही लोक असतात. तर असे जर आणि जे करणारे चांगल्या पद्धतीने किंवा त्या गोष्टीकडे बघण्याचा दृष्टिकोन, आता MBA करणारे बरेच आहेत, पण आपण जर चांगल्या पद्धतीने MBA कम्प्लीट केलं तर डेफिनेटली म्हणजे सेनापती सगळे किंवा आपण म्हणतो ना सेनापती सगळेच असतात, सैनिक सगळे असतात, सेनापती एकच असतो किंवा लीडर. तर त्या क्वालिटी डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी आपल्याला लिटरेचरचा अभ्यास किंवा या काही संकल्पनांचा अभ्यास असणं आवश्यक आहे. आता वाटेल की आपल्याला याचा काही यूज नाही किंवा उपयोग होणार नाही, परंतु आपल्यापैकी काही एक्झिक्युटिव्ह किंवा चांगल्या पोस्टला काही स्वतःचा बिझनेस आहे किंवा चांगल्या लेवलला काम करतात, त्यांना ह्या गोष्टींची जाणीव होईल की बाबा कन्सेप्ट म्हणजे आपण ज्यावेळी आपली कॉन्फरन्स असेल, ज्यावेळी आपण एक्झिक्युटिव्ह किंवा काही आपण बिझनेस रिलेटेड काही डिस्कशन करत असतो किंवा वेगवेगळ्या बोर्डरूम असतात, त्या ठिकाणी जर आपण कन्सेप्च्युअल क्लॅरिफिकेशन असेल तर डेफिनेटली वी मे कम्युनिकेट व्हेरी इफेक्टिव्हली. वी मे अंडरस्टँड इच अँड एव्हरी सिच्युएशन व्हेरी नाईस मॅनर. आणि जर हे आपल्याला काही गोष्टी माहीत नसतील तर फक्त आपल्याला ऐकावं लागतं दुसऱ्याचं. त्यामुळे आपल्याला जे काही सब्जेक्ट रिलेटेड नॉलेज हे चांगलं असणं आवश्यक आहे. वी वॉन्ट टू एक्सपर्ट इन आवर सब्जेक्ट आणि व्हेन वी प्रिपेअर इन गुड मॅनर डेफिनेटली त्याचा आपल्या पर्सनॅलिटीवर परिणाम होतो. आणि 1-2 वर्षानंतर जी पर्सनॅलिटी असेल म्हणजे आपण विषयाचे गांभीर्य समजून घेणं महत्वाचं आहे आणि त्याच वेळी आपली पर्सनॅलिटी डेव्हलप होते. तर काही in this C-unit there I have mentioned some definition, the nature of organization behavior, very easy language author explain this nature of organization behavior. Limitation of organization behavior is there. Then shortcoming of organization behavior means what? Failure of individual domestic front means when we think about organization behavior, right now change structure of organization, because after LPG policies there is change structure of organization. Right now when we work in any local business, that time we want to think how we can sell our product in global business. Means what? There is change in nature of organization behavior. You may heard about multinational company, MNC is there, LPO, BPO, KPO. These are key concept is there. And foundation of organization behavior. Whatever discussed in this session, all these things are here. What is meant by organization behavior? Historical perspective means what? How we can think about organization behavior, how to develop organization behavior from the industrial revolution. Scientific approach is there, human relation approach is there. F.W. Taylor contributed in scientific approach afterward. Henry Fayol is there, Elton Neo is there, who are significantly contributing human relation moment. Industrial psychology is there. This is Hawthorne experiment, illumination experiment is there, then relay room is there. Implication of Hawthorne studies, behavioral organization behavior predates. What is why we are going to learn organization behavior? Different approaches is there. Autocratic model is there. Different models is there. Case studies. Here with mentions of check your progress. Organization behavior is multiple choices question is there. For the understanding this you have to refer this check your progress because it helps to understand key concept of organization behavior. And here mention answer of check your progress. There is no need to discuss on check your progress. Then there is some long and short types question is there. And finally, summarize or conclude this unit. You have to learn this key concept of organization behavior. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubt, query, you may ask question. Otherwise, we will stop here. ओके, आजचा सेशन
Hello.
नेक्स्ट. ओके, नेक्स्ट सेशनला आपण सेकंड युनिट डिस्कस करणार आहोत.
हॅलो सर,
येस प्लीज.
केस स्टडी मध्ये एक्झॅक्ट काय असणार आहे?
आता केस स्टडीमध्ये तुम्हाला एखाद्या कंपनी किंवा एखादी सिच्युएशन दिली जाईल. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चर ऑफ टाटा ग्रुप. त्याचा काही
Okay.
पॅरा दिला जाईल. हाऊ दे कॅन डेव्हलप द ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चर विच अफेक्ट ऑन टाटा ग्रुप. त्यामध्ये मीन टाइम मध्ये रतन टाटाने सायरस मेस्त्री यांना अपॉइंटमेंट केलं होतं. त्यानंतर त्याची काही अशी एक सिच्युएशन तुम्हाला दिली जाते वन पॅरामध्ये. जस्ट वी वॉन्ट टू अंडरस्टँड दॅट पॅरा. अँड ते पॅराग्राफ झाल्यानंतर काही एक 2-3 क्वेश्चन दिले जातात, अनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन. Just we want to read very carefully paragraph. Then we want to understand the situation, analyze the situation, and we want to give the answer of particular question. आणि ते क्वेश्चनचा आन्सर कशाच्या बेसने द्यायचं, आपण जी काही थेअरी वगैरे रीड केलेली आहे त्या थेअरीचा बेस द्यायचा. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आपल्याला जर ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चरवर प्रश्न विचारलेला असेल तर ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चरच्या जी काय लँग्वेज असेल, डिफिनेशन असेल, म्हणजे काय, आपल्याला पहिल्यांदा इंट्रोड्यूस करत असताना त्या क्वेश्चनचं आपल्याला ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चर मीन्स व्हॉट, त्यानंतर ऑर्गनायझेशन कल्चरवर वेगवेगळ्या इम्पॅक्ट करणारे फॅक्टर आहेत. मग ती केस दिलेली असेल तर स्पेसिफिक काही सिच्युएशन असेल, त्या सिच्युएशन आपल्याला समजून घेणे आणि त्याचा आन्सर देणे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला आपल्याला जी काही 4 युनिट आहेत त्या 4 युनिटच्या व्यतिरिक्त काही केस नसणार आहे. फक्त त्याचं आपल्याला ऍप्लिकेशन, अप्लाइड बेस्ड आन्सर किंवा अनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन आपल्याला अटेम्प्ट करावे लागतील. एक पॅराग्राफ असेल त्याच्या रिलेटेड तेच क्वेश्चन, त्या रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन असतील 1-2-3.
ओके, चालेल. हॅलो.
हा बोला.
आणि सर याचं एखादं एक्झाम्पल वगैरे आपल्या एक्झामच्या आधी घेता येईल का?
ओके, आपण काय करू, हा सेशन झाल्यानंतर एखादा ऍडिशनल सेशन आपण केस स्टडीसाठी घेऊ.
ओके, चालेल, ठीक आहे. थँक्यू सर.
ओके. Okay, thank you. You may get all these things very better manner. Next lecture we will discuss on unit number 2, micro analysis of organization behavior. Okay, thank you.
ओके,
You
थँक्स.
have to fill up attendance. Kamlakar sir will be sent on your WhatsApp group, otherwise chat box. Okay, thank you. Next session will be start 12:30 p.m. on business law. Okay.
ओके सर.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. And Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year. Same to you.